The Sentinelese tribe, which inhabits North Sentinel Island, are considered a particularly vulnerable group. They are reportedly hostile towards outsiders and have in the past killed people who approached or landed on the island. Experts, branding Polyakov's attempted visit as deeply disturbing, warn that not only did he put himself in danger, but also put the entire Sentinelese tribe at risk.
Hello, viewers. Dave Epstein here from the Post-Pollock firm. We're here to talk about an individual named Mikhailo Viktorovich Polyakov. He's from Arizona. He does what they call extreme travel. Let's see a video that explains to you what he did and what he's facing now.
An American tourist has been arrested for allegedly traveling to a restricted reserve on a remote island and leaving behind a can of Coke as an offering for the world's most isolated tribe to try. Mikhailo Viktorovich Polyakov was arrested in India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands after he allegedly visited a prohibited tribal reserve on North Sentinel Island without authorization. Polyakov spent roughly an hour blowing a whistle from his inflatable boat in hopes of drawing attention to himself, but received no response. He landed on the island for roughly 5 minutes, during which he collected samples, recorded a video, and left behind a can of soda and a coconut as offerings for the Sentinelese tribe, police told the Press Trust of India. The Sentinelese tribe, which inhabits North Sentinel Island, are considered a particularly vulnerable group. They are reportedly hostile towards outsiders and have in the past killed people who approached or landed on the island. Experts, branding Polyakov's attempted visit as deeply disturbing, warn that not only did he put himself in danger, but also put the entire Sentinelese tribe at risk. Caroline Pierce told Mail Online, "It's very well known by now that uncontacted peoples have no immunity to common outside diseases like flu or measles, which could completely wipe them out."
Okay, there you have it, folks. This guy, figuring he could do whatever he wants, and we see all these prank videos and videos of people go to other countries and just act like baboons, like idiots. Now they're starting to get in trouble. Now, this particular island, I looked this up. These folks, the Sentinelese, have had the same lifestyle. They're living the exact same way they did like 50,000 years ago. And at some point, India decided to protect them. They said, listen, we're going to leave their lifestyle alone. There's nothing in the world that civilization hasn't touched, basically maybe ruined. And we're going to protect these people. We're also going to protect them from, that was touched upon in the video, disease. If you don't have immunity, we learned a lot about herd immunity and things like that during COVID, right? Everybody remember that? Well, these folks have no immunity for anything. At least the immunity that for the diseases that we carry, smallpox, measles, different viral, you name it. They don't have it. So they've made it a very serious crime to go to that island. So this guy, from what I read, was scouting it out. He does extreme travel. For example, he took a trip to Afghanistan, and I believe he got himself filmed with the Taliban holding an AK-47 or something like that. Of course, it sounds like he got lucky and they, for some reason, appreciated him, but that kind of interaction could go south very quickly. Now, with the people on this island, the Sentinelese, they say they have killed people. Most recently, it was a missionary. A guy went to the island. They were shooting arrows at him when he first tried to land. That should have been enough of a signal to him to get the heck out of there. No, I guess he wanted to save their souls. And what they ended up doing was killing him. They believe they have video of them carrying his body along the beach and burying it on the beach. These people do not mess around. There was an incident a few years back. It was several years ago. I think 2 fishermen disappeared. They were trying to fish right off the island, and the natives must have found them, and they did not appreciate it. When, after the tsunami, if everybody remembers the Christmas Day tsunami or Christmas morning tsunami that happened a few years back, it was horrific. So it wiped out so many villages and whatnot. The Indian government was concerned about these people because they're living on this island. So they had a helicopter fly over to see, and the natives started firing arrows at the helicopter. They're not a friendly type of people. It's their law. In fact, people have talked about whether the Indians should prosecute them for having killed people. And first of all, I don't know who's going to go arrest them or how you prove your case as to which of them killed them. They probably all said, let's kill them, because that's their law. Don't come on our island. This is us stay away. So now this guy is facing possibly, I understand this is punishable by 5 years. And as I understand it, the Indians are taking this very seriously for a lot of reasons. This is speculation on my part, but part of it is they really want to protect that island. That's number one, and protect these people from being invaded or being corrupted or being made sick with our diseases. I think they also want to make a point that don't come to our country with this arrogance that, oh, I'm going to go see that island like you're the most important thing in the world and I have to see this and document it for my YouTube channel. They're not appreciative of it, like Johnny Somali is learning up in Asia and South Korea and I believe Japan. They're going after the guy. And the Indians are going to go after this guy. So what does he do? He goes there, he's blowing a whistle, he's raising a ruckus. I don't know how he got on the island. It looks like it's not that big, and how they didn't come out and get him like they did with the missionary or those fishermen. There may have been others. I don't know. He's lucky. But it's also, they don't appreciate it because if, God forbid, something happens, they start to capture him. So what are they going to have to do? Go on a rescue mission? I mean, they have a Coast Guard boat pretty much of the time, or Coast Guard boats, patrolling this island. And they're watching out for people. They can't be there all the time. Some idiot wants to go in his little rubber raft with a motor on it and zoom up and leave his Coke can and blow his whistle. So he's going to get in there. India says that they are going to be prosecuting this guy and they're going to go at it full blown. It was in March, I think, of 2025 that this happened. I haven't seen any updates. I could probably find them. Everybody, you're free to find updates. But the upshot is, this is a guy on YouTube. He's not a prankster, but what he is he's trying to have these extreme travel moments, which could be interesting, you know, somebody with a GoPro jumping off cliffs, base jumping, whatever they do. But what he's doing is he is creating these dangerous situations, not just for him, but for all the people on that island, for the people who might have to come rescue him. I understand a fisherman took him out, and I think the fisherman, I don't know if the fisherman got in trouble, got him at least to close to the island. The fisherman was a local. He was smart enough to know, I'm not going out there. Well, you endanger people, and it's, frankly, it's arrogant, and it's rude, and it's thoughtless. I don't know if it's an American phenomenon. I know we see, most of the people I see are American YouTubers who do stuff like this, but don't do it. Leave them alone. Leave people alone. Mind your own business if they're minding their own business. How about that for the old golden rule? We seem to have forgotten that. Well, folks, I hope you learned something. I'm sorry I couldn't teach you any Indian law because I don't practice law in India, but tell you, if you want some good tips on Indian law, you know who's going to be able to tell you about them pretty soon is Mr. Polyakov, because he's going to be experiencing them. Please, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to follow up on this guy and this whole case, it looks interesting, please do. Feel free to notify me. If there's anything good, I'll talk about it on our channel here. This is Dave Epstein signing off. Please hit like, subscribe, please leave your comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you.